Hello, friends, and welcome to the Korenna astrology community. I'm Korenna Aster. So good to have you. Welcome and welcome back to those of you who've been following me for a while. And I am just going to share a little bit about the new moon energy. I did talk about it in my last week energy. However, I did not notice that it actually had come in on the 19th. Right before midnight. And so, technically, in the Chinese astrology system, that new energy was on a young water dragon day. And so, what this means is that for this new moon energy, that we have an ability to get really in touch with our emotions, and we have an ability to really deepen into a big vision that is healing, that carries forward the wisdom that we've gained through our life thus far, and that yeah, can have large reaching impact for ourselves in our lives or for our community, for the world. And yeah, it's just a really powerful new moon. And so I really love this energy for this new lunar cycle. And so we are just a few days after the new moon at this point. It is November 22nd. And so I'm going to be talking about energies from the 22nd going forward. But I did want to just touch base on that really quick. Yeah, we did talk about that before. But again, this was a new moon in Scorpio and the sun is in Scorpio. So yeah, a lot of emotions have been up and a lot of, again, diving deep and really probing into the depths of our awareness and doing that good transformational work to yeah, do that shadow work, hopefully. Hopefully that's what we're doing. I think probably a lot of you are. And again, we are in this Mercury retrograde time. So again, remembering to take some time to review, to reflect, to rewind, to revision. And so it may not always be the best time to start new projects. And even though I know these things, sometimes I try to do things anyways because of other good energies. And it's funny because I was trying to do my women's relationship empowerment circle, and I am pushing that back to just right after the Mercury retrograde. So that will actually now be on December 2nd for those women that would like some empowering relationship. It's going to be online. Yeah, I'm going to be throwing in all kinds of wonderful things. We're going to be led with mythology, with astrology, with doing some journaling and a journey, and a little bit of breath work even. And so I welcome you to join me. That link will be below for more details on that Tuesday evening circle. And I'd love to support you. All right, so let me share my screen. As you all know, or if you aren't familiar with me, now you'll know that I am a sidereal and Chinese astrologer. And so I am looking at the charts from, yeah, the Vedic sidereal perspective. So you guys might have already been confused if you're like, wait, I thought the sun and moon were in Sagittarius today, but no, the sun is in Scorpio. So I'm just gonna actually I had the moon or the let me just adjust the chart. I had it on the new moon date, but I'm gonna go ahead and move that along and make sure I have it on the right page for you all so I can share with you the current astrology transits. Beautiful. All right. So again, this is Saturday, November 22nd, and we're in our final week of November. This is really more like the second half of the pig month, though. So we're only about halfway through that pig energy. Again, the pig and the snake do have the clash for the month. And so just keep in mind if you do have pig in your chart, this might be a little bit more of a changeable month, lots of things changing. Hopefully, you were changing them last month. As I talk about, we often feel the energy of things changing and the need to change the month before. And so, if we're really taking that intuitive action, then, you know, you should be in good hands. But it's okay, you know, sometimes we don't. And then we find ourselves where we are. So, if you don't know what all your animals are in your chart, you do have four animals. And so, it is really important to know what all four are because they all are yeah, I mean, really powerful. And you may have two or three or even four of the same animal. That can happen. And of course, it's important to know what your main elements are as well. So there is also a link below to get your whole Chinese astrology chart, and you can take a look there. And then you can book a reading with me. So I do have regular readings, I have relationship readings, I have mini readings, and there's going to be some packages and some Black Friday specials, although I am revamping that and I'm calling it my grateful giving. I am grateful this time of year, and I love Thanksgiving. I love making food. I love eating with family. I love sharing my gratitude with my community for getting to do the work that I love. So be on the lookout for gratitude giving offerings this week as well. So you can also check back. I won't have that right away, but I will be getting that up on the link here in the next few days. If it's not here quite yet, just check on back. And yeah, thank you so much. And also, please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you like this video. Please comment and let me know how the energies have been for you. And yeah, I'd be curious to know where you're from if you wish to share. If you are outside of the area, I'm in Boise, so adjust to your time if you are outside of Mountain Time. All right, here we go. So again, Saturday, November 22nd. So first of all, I'm going to share from the Chinese astrology that we are in a Yin Wood Goat Day. This is a great day for just solving any problems, for doing anything that would help to keep the peace or make some peace. So, yeah, really soft, beautiful energy. It's going to be also a good day to start a new project, to just put yourself out there. And the moon is also in Sagittarius, as we can see here. And so this could be a really fun day. You may have more energy to be sociable. This is a weekend to get out and enjoy others if you have the energy. Again, we are in the winter season or nearly in the winter season. So at this time, you may need to go more inward, and please listen to your body because we need to rejuvenate. That's part of the reflect, rewind, revision, rejuvenate, all of these mercurial aspects of this Mercury retrograde. But that is also again this resting time of year, and we can forget about that because of the holidays. So be mindful, take good care of you. And yeah, it could be let's see. Okay, yeah, before I'm gonna actually move along to say that, yeah, the moon is also square to Neptune and Saturn today. So there could be something that just does feel like it's kind of some hard work affecting us. And, it's just kind of making things not necessarily as easy, but we got to put in the hard work to get the reward. So um it may be a little bit of a more difficult day to get rest in for some of us, who knows. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. And then we also have this Jupiter square Chiron, and we're going to be having this experience all week long. And so I do just want to remind us that with this aspect, okay, where is Chiron? There it is. Okay, Jupiter square Chiron. Here we go. So this is just gonna again maybe bring up some more wounding and triggering, and so just know that that is something that sometimes we have to face. And yeah, that can be a little bit challenging this week, but again, just leaning into taking some time for yourself, to doing your journaling, to getting a support person. I provide Amma therapy. I do acupressure and bodywork and coaching here locally. I do coaching online, but yeah, there's therapy, there's coaching, just even taking a yoga class. Again, writing is just so good to get this out onto paper. Very powerful tool, gets it out of our head. And so, yeah, and we have this beautiful stellium of planets excuse me, Scorpio. So of course we have the Sun in Scorpio, as I mentioned before. We've got Mars in Scorpio, it's been there for a little while, and Black Moon Lilith and Mercury as well. So we are definitely again really thinking about things that are more deep and we're really, questioning and wanting to like get to the truth of the matter. And also, we are willing to kind of go into the depths of like, what are these mental patterns of ourselves, and like, how can we fix those, and how can we shift those into a positive thing? I talk about mindset all the time with clients, as you know, if you are a client of mine listening. So, just continue to use your mantras, and remember that you are a powerful creator, that your words are powerful, your thoughts are powerful. And we none of us have a perfect day, none of us do everything all right um all the time. So just be gentle with yourself, have grace, but know that it is important to really tune into thinking positive, of course, especially when we are in hard times, just trying to say, things are getting better. My health is getting better. Today is a better day. My life is getting better and better. Something that you can actually believe to and get on board with. We also do have an opposition of Jupiter and Pluto. So again, there is going to be possibly some really big transformation going on today. Definitely. Yeah, big energy day. So just know that, yeah, we could be experiencing some triggers, and also this could be helping us to really see where we want to go in our life, where that trajectory is, right? And so, yeah, it's exciting too. All right, moving to November 23rd, we now have the moon is in Sagittarius still, as I mentioned. Again, nice jovial sign. Also, it's a great time to study and to look into philosophical things. Again, it's also similar to Scorpio and liking to dig deep, but finding those truths and learning or teaching. You may feel the desire to be kind of a teacher or role model this weekend. So that could also be really fun if you so choose to do that. And today we do now have Mercury has moved into Libra. It is still retrograde, but now in Libra. So um, now we are going to be really thinking more in terms of like how to balance things in the world. And we're really going to be thinking about like wanting to find justice in whatever that we were probing into for the last um, few weeks, and, wanting to know why. And now we're just going to want to know, like, have justice and to find balance with this new knowledge and to find peace with that new knowledge. And so we also have this beautiful conjunction of Mercury and Venus. And so, we can have more of an ability to speak with love and speak with beauty and, have more beautiful thoughts. And so, again, we can really lean into that powerful, positive thinking using affirmations, mantras, different things. And let's see. So, I want to share also about the Chinese astrology. This is a Yang Fire Monkey Day, and it is could be a little bit of a difficult day, especially if you have monkey in your chart, or snake or tiger, more likely tiger. But yeah, this could be definitely could be a pretty tricky day. With the Yang Fire energy, we are in the Yin Fire month, so it's a lot of fire. So could be kind of spicy. Let's be really careful. We are again in Mercury retrograde. Cross your T's, dot your I's with what you are sending. Make sure you're sending it to the right person. Also, just be aware of what you're saying and how it's coming off. People can have misunderstandings. Also, we could be possibly reactive. I mean, the monkey can be a little bit of a prankster. Might not be the best time to use your prankster energy. You can be humorous. Humor is great, but let's not pull chairs out from under other people, so to speak, right? And this is also a receive day, so you could also ask for a favor, or ask for something that you would like, and you most likely get a yes. I mean, that's never a guarantee, but there's more likely on this day, again, depending on your own chart. But overall, could be like a good day to sell something, or receive like a really good deal or something like that too. Since we are in the shopping season, for those of us, or just we all have to shop from time to time, right? And let's see, yeah, it's like, let's see, I did talk about Mercury. So the Mercury is also trine to Pluto. So there is going to be some really lovely energies too to support us with yeah, all of this Mercury retrograde energy. And I do want to mention while I'm saying that, you know, we are going to be stationing at the end of the week. So really we are going to be continuing to feel that intensification of the Mercury energy. There could be a little bit more of energies that could be more challenging through travel or through communications. So, with technology, especially. So, be aware of that. It doesn't have to be that way, of course. We don't have to make up a story or create it. It happens. I mean, I hear about it all the time during Mercury retrograde. You can't deny it, you can't escape it. It is part of the reality, and it doesn't have to be you. And sometimes it is, and sometimes it's not. All right. And then let's see. I do want to just mention that we're going to be having this aspect for some time, but Uranus is in opposition to the Sun and Black Moon Lilith and Mercury Venus. So that means that there could be a lot of unexpected things in leadership, a lot of unexpected things in communication, in love, and also in our desires and our, you know, especially like in our desires for, you know, maybe sexual healing or just to be able to express ourselves as a sensual being or a, you know, uh, yeah, I guess, you know, Lilith does have a lot to do with how we are as a lover, but it also does have to do with just our wild and tame nature. And so we could just definitely, again, I think we could say some things that we could regret during this time, but luckily because of Venus being close to Mercury, I think, and then them both being in the sign of Libra, I think today will be a more forgiving day. But you know, just be aware of this, and you know, throughout the rest of the week. All right, moving to November 24th, we are now in a Yin Fire Rooster Day. And the Yin Fire energy again is of the month of the Yin Fire Pig. So lots of fire energy still. This is a little bit more of a easier energy, so to speak, though, even though it's still really fiery. It is going to still create a lot of transformation, but it is a nice energy with the year of the with that yin wood energy. So fire feeds the wood. So it will be a transformational day, especially if we are speaking our mind, speaking our truth. The rooster loves to do this, and so this is a good day to start communication with somebody, even though we are in Mercury retrograde. Again, we can't wait for any perfect time, but this is a good time to do that. And yeah, and so again, we'll have this beautiful Mercury and Venus conjunction to support. And it's an exact conjunction today, so that's pretty lovely. And the the moon in Sagittarius is now opposing Jupiter, and so we could feel like we aren't able to expand in the ways that we may have wished. So we could feel a little bit frustrated on Monday. And so just know that that is part of the healing that we need to go through, because we also have almost a conjunction of Moon and Pluto. I mean, I wouldn't really call this a conjunction. It's not quite there, but you know, it is close. So there is going to be some feelings with again, the Moon represents the masses. So all of us will be feeling some triggering, maybe something around our woundings or something about us wanting to go in that area of like, what is it that we most desire? And yet we may feel like we're not able to get there right at this moment. So a little bit of a frustrating day, I think. And I think with that rooster energy, it'll be good to just express ourselves and just say, like, you know, I'm just having a frustrating day. Like, just be real with people, or be like, I just need some space. And it might be a really good day to lay low, even though it is a good day to initiate a project. It is a powerful day in certain ways, but you know, just know that it could feel a little bit tricky for some of us. And So let's move to November 25th, where we will now have the energy of the young earth dog. And this is a lower energy day. It's a closed day in the Chinese astrology. So it's not a good day to start a new project. The dog and the pig get along pretty well, though. So this is a nice day overall. The young earth and the yin wood of the year are they're okay. I mean, earth and typically wood transforms earth, but it's a yin wood and a young earth, so it's not going to be that much movement, but yeah, again, it's just going to be a little bit of a lower energy day. The moon does move into Capricorn today, and so we may be just thinking about more practical things and just yeah, I mean the Capricorn energy, like solitude. It's ruled by Saturn, which can be the archetype of the hermit. So we may just again really want to move into that beautiful inward energy that of the season that I've been mentioning. So this would be a great day to do that. And again, we may continue to feel some of that frustration with that Jupiter opposition. And now we're having more of that conjunction with Pluto here today as well. So yeah. Let's see if there's anything else that I wanted to share before I move on. I think all the other aspects are pretty much what we've been looking at. So moving to November 26th, this is a Yin Earth Pig Day. This is a good day to start a new project. Remember, if you have the pig in your chart, that pig and pig, so the month of the pig, the day of the pig, can have self-punishment. And because it is in clash with the year, there's more likelihood for those of you with pig to make a choice that could, definitely, you could make a promise that you can't keep or just something, overgive, overdo that could give you a setback, with your health or with your wealth or whatever, right? Our health definitely is our wealth. So that is something to keep in mind today. And the moon continues to be in Capricorn. Again, this is a good day to just work hard. And again, we can maybe go inward. We are now with this stellium of Scorpio. So again, just going into the deeper thoughts in mind now with Venus also joining. And that actually, hang on one moment. I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, I thought that was actually, I made a mistake on this. Okay, yeah, so Venus actually went into Scorpio today. I had it for the 27th, but yeah, I wrote that down wrong. So that was why I was a little confused. So yeah, the Venus went into Scorpio today. So this is gonna make us more prone to wanting to be more investigative and asking more questions in our relationships. And, this can still be some good energy. Definitely not as positive as a Venus in Libra, but I think that, it's nice when we can go into the watery depths of Scorpio, but be careful to also not have that desire to sting our loved ones while Venus is in Scorpio. Let's definitely all keep that in mind. And we do have this beautiful conjunction with Black Moon Lilith and Venus that begins. And so we can really, again, maybe express more of our sensuality if we're in relationship. And, you know, even if we're not, like, again, just knowing and appreciating this wild parts of ourselves or these parts of ourselves that we've kind of had to stuff away or to hide, that we will be more likely to love and go into that. And, like, I mean, look at that, right? And feel that and express that hopefully. And, we are going to have that with this Jupiter in Cancer. So Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer. It went into that a little over a week ago. I talked about this briefly, but with Jupiter in Cancer retrograde, we really want to be thinking about, how we can heal ourselves. And there's just going to be like big inner healing This could be also with healing in the home, but I think we're going to more feel this in our closest relationships and just in relation to our self-care and our emotional desires and emotional ability. And so this again will be a beautiful time to dive into some therapy or coaching, some getting body work regularly, all those good things to support you in your healing and health. And yeah, so there is continues to be some of the same energies we spoke about before. And let me check that there isn't anything else that I didn't want to skip over. Nope, I think that, oh yeah, okay, so actually, so yes, so I did talk about it being the Yin Earth Pig Day, but I didn't say that it's also a good day to start a project, and also it could be a good day to even make a big change. But again, I would be very careful if you have the pig or snake in your chart, or monkey or tiger, especially tiger, pig, or snake. I would not make a huge move in your life, but for the rest of us, we could make a really big shift. So maybe there's like, for instance, a diet that you want to begin. Now, I think this is actually Thanksgiving, so that's not going to probably work out so well. But maybe there's just some other pattern that you want to start. Like maybe it's just something more like going to bed earlier, drinking more water, or something that's more realistic. We're all going to probably hopefully enjoy a little bit of good food. Not that we can't eat good food the rest of the time when we're cleansing and or whatever, but or trying to cut back. But you know what I'm trying to say. Okay, so let me just, yeah, because that is, oh, I was just trying to check. Oh, that's, yeah, Wednesday. That's the day before. The day before Thanksgiving. Okay, yeah. So, all right. So then moving over to November 27th, we are at Thanksgiving. It is a young metal rat day. This is going to be a day to solve a problem, to get rid of something. I would not really overindulge on this Thanksgiving. Like, obviously, we can all have some pumpkin pie, but I would definitely try to, yeah, like keep it just limit it, because this is a powerful, not a powerful, but it is a remove day. And so this is a day that we don't want to be adding on extra things and extra pounds when we want to be like more solving a problem, right? And taking something out that doesn't belong to us. But yeah, we may be thinking about organizing today. We may, if we have any extra time outside of our family and social obligations, we may really want to, yeah, just kind of declutter. And also, we will feel quite sociable, and we may be speaking about matters of justice in our communities, in our lives, in the world. So that could be a really big topic. And you could feel really passionate about something that you feel about in the world. But just remember that everybody has their own opinion, and it's okay. We can have disagreements, and we don't have to all agree for us to have, these relationships and friendships. And it's important for us to have people in our life that don't agree with everything. And most of the time, most not, yeah, a lot of people don't, think the same, even our closest loved ones, and that's okay. So this is something for us to keep in mind. Again, well, we have that Venus in Scorpio. I already mentioned that because my notes were wrong, but again, we'll have this beautiful energy to really kind of want to think and think deeper about things in the world, also things in leadership, connected to leadership, things in love, things in relationship, because of that Venus in Scorpio. So yeah, so we will definitely be in the mind and maybe even feeling some things in the emotions. And emotions are energy in motion, as you are aware. And we also have the moon in Capricorn, but in the earlier part of the day, but the moon does move into Aquarius in the evening. So as the day progresses, we may want to, yeah, be a little bit more in our head. We may think about, yeah, again, like more like well, thinking about like what do we want to do to solve problems in the community with those things of justice. We may be talking and thinking about those things a little bit more. So that could be really kind of some fun topics again, or like thinking of, if like if I were to create maybe an ideal conversation. It might be around like, what kind of nonprofit would I want to be involved in or to create, or what kinds of volunteer projects, would really light me up. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'm going to move over to, oh, sorry, before I do, one last thing, the moon. We got to still talk about the moon today because the moon is square today to Uranus, so there could be something very surprising happen that is unexpected. Um, yeah, so let's just be aware. And then also the square to Mercury, so it could be very surprising what we learn on the media. It could be, yeah, again, just also, yeah, something that could be very difficult for us to think about, to understand. But I mean, luckily, Mars has some good or decent relationships right now, so there's nothing really worrisome in that vein. But, yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of what shocking news that we all hear about, or something that is just kind of going to be something that's going to be on our mind today. And so perhaps that justice element will come into play even more. It'll be interesting to see what develops. November 28th, we come to a multiplier day. Be really careful about your thoughts today. This is our Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Hopefully you have the day off, but even if you don't, I'm actually going to be working, but yeah, stay positive. I don't know, sometimes having a day off can be almost worse. We can almost be like, off of our routine and our game and just then or sleep in too long, or we could have a hangover or something. Hopefully you guys aren't having hangovers. Hopefully it's not, I was thinking more like a food hangover. Hopefully that's not the case. But these different aspects that can make us not feel so good. So definitely watch your mindset. I will be teaching my breathwork yoga class on Friday morning. Normally it's at 7 a.m. I'm moving it to 8 a.m. Mountain Time because I want to sleep in just a tiny bit. I'm not a huge sleeper inner these days, but 8 a.m. feels really divine, and it is a powerful way to, the breathwork yoga is a powerful way to create emotional resilience, create positive mindset, and help your body. So I am going to be offering that on Friday. The link will also be down below for that. So check that out. I'd love to have you come try it out or come back if you haven't been for a while. It'd be lovely to see you there. And so, yeah, that'll be just a great way to see how your energy can shift. You'll be more energized, that's for sure. It is a half-hour class. I might actually offer the half hour and or hour on that day as well. I'm feeling like I might want an hour, and people could kind of take one or both options. So yeah, again, link below for that. And then, yeah, so again, that's the multiplier day I mentioned, and it is a yin metal ox day. So we may again just be feeling uh, a desire to, while it may again be a day off for people, we may be still wanting to kind of work hard on maybe some projects. We may be really thinking about something to do with justice and community on a day like today with the moon in Aquarius. Let's see. What else? I mean, oh, the biggest thing is that we are almost at Mercury stationing. So this is when things are going to get even more haywire and communications could go even more awry. So be very careful what you say and do. And again, we just may be like, I have been holding all kinds of things in, but it is time to unleash the wild beast with this um, conjunction of Venus and Lilith. I think it'll still be really lovely to allow those parts of us that want to express love and express, yeah, again, things that we weren't able to share before because maybe we had shame about them or we're worried how other people may feel about those things that we really desire and our needs. And it doesn't have to be, this is not just like in the bedroom, this is just in general, like things that are just, what we need to be sharing about ourselves and our true selves. So, so much beautiful trine energy on this day with all kinds of planets here. Yeah, we have this trine with with Mercury and Saturn and Neptune and Jupiter, as well as we have another trine with Pluto, Uranus, and the vertex. So that's kind of fun, but yeah, and then lots of sextile energy. Anyway, lots of easy energy. So, even though the Mercury's about to station and our technology might want to try to kaput on us, we should have a pretty harmonious day to end our week. And yeah, I mean, again, there could be um, some surprises more in regards to our relationships and perhaps in those things that people decide to share with us and or, to reveal to us, and that could be possibly very, yeah, jaw-dropping for some of us or hard to take in. It's hard to say, but I think that we should all be our true authentic self at all times and express that about ourselves. And oh boy, so many things to say. I think that, the last thing I want to say is there is a couple things going on with the North Node and the South Node. I haven't talked about them in a while, but the North Node is square to Mars, and so we may just feel like there is a little bit of frustration around, and maybe a little bit hard to feel like we are moving in the direction of where we would like to be headed, to be more community minded and, be um, yeah, helping the masses, helping the people. We've got the North Node and the moon here conjunct in Aquarius, and so we are going to be definitely thinking about, our trajectory as a human species, and how we can best be of service to the rest of the world. So it's kind of an exciting time, and I hope you all lean into that. But also, there could just be a little bit of that. With a Mars square, it could also be like we could, be like frustrated with like, oh, things aren't moving very fast, or we could just feel like we could just feel like a little bit emotional around, yeah, a little bit sad and emotional around the way things have been. So be gentle with yourself. Just know that, we're all doing the best we can. And certainly the world isn't really exactly the way any of us had wished that it would be by now. I'm in my late 40s now, and it's like, wow, I just really thought things would change a little bit more quicker in my lifetime. And that's just not how things are. That's just not the reality of the world. And I've had to learn about patience, and that is part of your 30s and 40s. I think in our 20s we are just like, oh yeah, and it's great, but we don't have a realistic view of how things could change. But anyway, yeah, so I am actually going to share about the 29th because I am going to start sharing through the Saturday energy, and so it will be just shifting just a tiny bit, so that way I just have a really busy schedule, and I'm just trying to make sure that I have all this energy out for you like the day of or the day before the energy begins, so that you get to hear about it first thing and you're not waiting on me. So I will have these videos out by Saturday from now on, but at least you'll already have the Saturday energy, and so you'll just have that energy for Sunday for sure, and the week ahead. All right, so again, we have Mercury stationing on November 29th, and so there's again this really beautiful trine energy going on. This is, yeah, also I want to say with the Chinese astrology that it's a young water tiger balance day, again, because of that tiger having that energy with the snake. This day could be quite a challenging day for some people. It could also be quite emotional with the young water. We could be a little bit on the reactive side, especially with some different Pisces energies. Hopefully with Mercury being in Libra, we will have this desire to think a little bit more balanced, but also it's a little bit tricky. It is a balanced day in the Chinese astrology, and so that will make it so that um if you are in the right, like if you're in the right side of things, you will come out well and on top, so to speak, right? I mean, things will work out in your favor, right? On a balanced day. So that's a positive thing. The moon is in Pisces, so again, we could be feeling a lot of emotion with the stellium in Scorpio, and then we have now a stellium in Pisces with Neptune and Saturn and the moon being there and Chiron. So, yeah, just again, we have this beautiful grand water trine though going on. So, I mean, I think it's gonna, really enhance some really beautiful things and relationships in our lives. And, emotions are good, but just know that sometimes we can get a little emotional. And when the moon is in Pisces, we may have uh, a tendency to go into those escapist places that could be, going into an addictive pattern. So be very mindful and careful of that today. And yeah, the great thing is as Mercury stations tomorrow, as then that will be Sunday of the coming week, from a week from tomorrow, we will be out of Mercury retrograde. Now we'll still be in that shadow period, so for another week. So there will still be a little bit of that, but if you've been worried about traveling, I would definitely still wait a few days after Mercury stations before you really travel. And or if you're really worried about like signing agreements or whatever, it may be better to do that a little bit later. But yeah, I don't think that it's necessarily a bad thing to sign papers during Mercury retrograde. I think it can work out just fine. Again, you should always look at your own chart. So, and I think that is what I have to share to you all today. I am so glad to be here. It's always super fun to talk to you about the Chinese astrology, the sidereal astrology, to mix it all together. And thank you for listening. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Let me know what your thoughts are as the week progresses. If you want to check back in, or if you come in through the week and you've noticed, like, oh my gosh, that was right on. Love to hear your thoughts and what has really ring true for you, or share about last week's video too. So thank you so much. And again, don't forget to check out those links below for your astrology reading, for your astrology chart, for packages, for the women's relationship coaching, for breathwork yoga. I hope to see you real soon, and take good care of you. Get out and do your earthing, and bye for now.